might have come from somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of The Local Show here on Grassroots Community Network. I'm Erik Skarvan, your host. Thanks so much for joining us this week, guys, as we work our way into the winter season. I call it winter season because it's not just skiing. It's snowboarding, snowshoeing, fat biking. You guys just need to have all those arrows in the quiver. Any given day like this guy, you can go have fun out in the mountains. I'm so happy to be joined on our second show of the season by my good friend, Olympian Chris Klug. Welcome back to the show, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Erik.
Yeah.
Happy start to the winter to you.
God, I know. Happy, amazing start to the ski season. And that's kind of what I wanted to start with is we've had all this great early snow. We've got, we're up on the mountains. We're going downhill. We're going uphill. We've had some great family time with Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. How's it all been for you so far?
Well, it's been awesome. It's a lot of smiles out there right now with
no kidding.
Great snow conditions, and it's just fun to be out there. I've skinned almost every other day with friends and family, and got my kids out there ripping on their skis again, and got them snowboards this year too. Bringing them over to the dark side.
There you go. Hey, it's good to go both ways.
Yeah, evidently.
I could maybe still work a snowboard a little bit.
You can do it.
I don't know. It's been a few years.
I like your chances.
I think it's just all about the equipment.
I've been skiing a little bit with doing a few, ski mountaineering events like Power of Four and America's Uphill and Grand Traverse in years past. I spent a little time on skinny skis, and it is so much fun.
Right.
I love it. And I truly believe, maybe I'm wrong, but the two sports really complement each other. I mean, if you're a good snowboarder, the skiing is so much fun, and vice versa, because you have so much edge awareness.
Right.
And it really is just physics and pressure and weight distribution, but it's fun to slide sideways on just about anything.
Like road and mountain biking in the summer.
Totally.
They complement each other.
Because
it's more variety, so it's more fun, right?
Yeah.
Variety is the spice.
As you know, mountain biking just becomes so anaerobic so often, especially here, that it's good to mix it up, and they do complement each other. So
Right.
Yeah, I've been having fun. I'm psyched for this winter, and obviously for locals and for all of our guests. Nice to see an early, strong start, and more on the way.
No doubt. So it's not just the physical snow, but the psychology of a ski town.
Totally.
And then blasting that out to the universe. So people start getting excited out there, especially after last winter. I was researching the 6th lowest snowfall in Aspen since we've measured during the ski era, since the late 40s. Last winter was the 6th worst snowfall. Basically.
I believe it. It was
so now this year seems even more amazing.
It was the least amount of snow I've ever seen in my lifetime.
It's crazy.
And, having turned 46, that's never seen a winter quite like that.
Yeah, well,
that means we paid our dues last year. We're ready for a great one this year.
Exactly, and everything goes in cycles. So if we're in the 10-ish year cycle, we're just about due again for a really big one. Yeah. It's starting amazing so far. So you've been doing some uphill training, getting ready for Summit for Life.
I never call it training. I mean, I train
it's just a lifestyle.
Professionally, and that was my livelihood for so many years. Now it's just the great quality of life we get to enjoy here. But I've been going uphill quite a bit, and I was trying to stay fit as we transition sort of from, I ride my bike all summer, really enjoy that, do the Aspen Cycling Club series to challenge myself and try to stay fit, and then get a little bit more into mountaineering and climbing some 14ers towards the end of the summer. And then, I usually sneak off in the off season for a little kiting or surf fix in the dead of off season. It's really fun now to, dust off the boards and get back on snow. And that's what's cool about living here too, is the distinct 4 different seasons that we get to enjoy. And I used to just all summer long count the days down until snowboarding season. And now I just love riding my bike in the fall colors. And then when it comes, I'm like, sweet, it's here.
I know, every season is magical, and it's nice to have, like my brother lives in Southern California, which of course is a desirable, what they call Mediterranean climate.
Sure.
But he doesn't get the change of the fall and the beautiful fall we get here. Like September, I think is my favorite month.
Oh, it's awesome.
Because they have 72-degree clear days with that stunning color and no one on the trail. Yeah. It's like it doesn't even make sense. You're like, how can I be the only one out here right now? This is surreal. Is amazing, and now we're into a magical winter, and it's not even like winter yet officially, but it's looking like it up there.
I've been joking, if we just have an ordinary winter this year, it's going to feel phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, if we have a great winter, we're going to be like,
I like to say average is the new awesome.
It is.
Which is pretty much, let's just hope for average.
If it's average,
it'll
be out of control.
300 inches on the ski areas is average.
We'll take it.
So we'll take that. But we're going to take, speaking of taking, we're going to take a quick break. We do want to thank our winter underwriters for supporting our series, 5-month winter series, running right parallel with our winter or ski season. We have Klug Properties, Aspen Square, Aspen Animal Hospital, Aspen Public House, the Aspen Times, Sundog Athletics, and Pitkin County Landfill. We'll just be away for 2 minutes, guys. It's our only break of the show. If you walk in or see some of these folks around town, thank them for supporting the local show. And America's original public access television station, Grassroots TV. We'll be right back.
Aspen Animal Hospital's partnership with Wellhaven offers our community a very friendly and professional staff featuring 5 veterinarians, a new care companion plan, wellness plans to cover your preventative care needs for the entire year, and now introducing new feline-friendly Thursdays. They also offer exotic pet care and acupuncture. For more information, call 970-925-2611 or visit aspenanimalhospital.com.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Aspen Times, telling the stories that matter since 1881, is committed to local prep sports, arts, and entertainment coverage. They also offer The Drop-In, weekly recreational videos highlighting why we love to live in this community. The Aspen Times at local newsstands, aspentimes.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey, did you miss the turn for recycling?
I can't read the map on your cracked screen.
Celebrating another great winter season, Aspen Square Hotel is the hospitality place, featuring fireplace studio suites and larger condominiums with full hotel-style services in the center of downtown Aspen. Aspen Square is proud to support the Locals Show.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome back to the local show here on Grassroots Community Network, joined by my good friend, Olympic bronze medalist. Let's be clear, Chris Klug, on the show. I was actually there at that moment, and we talked about that in past shows, which was just unbelievable. And one of the most unbelievable things, I mean, there's so many amazing things about when you actually won the bronze medal in the second run. PGS, Parallel Giant Slalom.
Yes.
Unbelievable after breaking a buckle on your boot and all this other drama. But one of the most amazing things, and we went from just totally cheering, holding up our fuzzy finger, number one. Our buddy just won a bronze medal. This is insane. So I get tapped on the shoulder, and this lady's looking. I'm like, who's this lady? And can you tell me, you guys, do you know who Kathy Klug is? Can you direct me? And I'm like, yeah, she's right down there, and a couple rows out in front of me, right with you. And she goes, I think Billy Flood.
Yeah, exactly. Good memory.
Billy Flood's mom. And all of a sudden, the weight of that hit me. I see, the mom's meeting, and that was the little boy who you got your life-saving liver transplant.
And 3 others, exactly.
Incredible. Just
18 years ago.
Unbelievable, that whole moment, all those emotions flowing. Well, it brings a tear right now because it was just
powerful.
I couldn't handle it. I started just breaking up because I went from cheering to crying within seconds seeing the moms meet.
I was too.
Yeah, building off that idea though, there's people who are waiting for life-saving organ transplants.
Yes.
And you have a program as a part of the Chris Klug Foundation called the Ambassador Tour program. And you've been very active in that. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, you bet. We had a great summer with our foundation, Chris Klug Foundation. We have a program, as you said, called the Ambassador Tour. And we did 8 stops so far this year, starting in January. We just did a trip in October to San Diego, visited Scripps, UCSD, Rady's Children's.
Wow.
And had an awesome tour. I had 2 really inspirational transplant recipients, Samantha Ricks out of Quincy, California, Northern California, not far from where the horrible forest fires were.
Okay.
She's a two-time double lung transplant recipient.
Wow.
An avid mountain biker, and she's our Bounce Back Give Back Award winner for Summit for Life this year. So she joined me, and then one of my really good friends, Brian Hinesley, who's also a liver transplant recipient like me of almost 18 years. And he's the first firefighter to return to active duty after a transplant.
How awesome.
And he's out there on the front lines and really was a great champion of the transplant community, showing what's possible after a transplant. And so the three of us teamed up together with C.C. Cunningham, our program coordinator, and toured these 4 events in San Diego and met with a lot of people going through the same thing I did with my life-saving liver transplant almost 18 years ago after being on a waiting list for 6 years. And you know, it's a scary place to be. You and I have talked about that before.
Yeah.
But it is the coolest thing that we do. We get to go into these hospitals, into these support groups, into these transplant centers, and talk to people going through the same thing we did that are either awaiting the gift of life, a second chance, or have just received it and are sort of struggling to bounce back to where they want to be.
Okay.
And you get this really inspirational firefighter and Samantha, a mountain biker, an outdoor enthusiast, and myself come in and share our stories, and they can identify with some of the challenges they're going through.
Yeah.
And so we've done 8 events in Denver and Utah. We had an amazing conversation in July in Utah. We had about 50 people there that come in and just listen, and it's really kind of a support group to help people, to get to where they want to be after their transplant. And
give them hope.
Super proud. I think it's one of the most inspirational things we do with our foundation.
It sounds like it. So you're giving them hope. You're giving them inspiration.
Yeah.
Look what's possible, you guys. Not only you recover, but you can recover and thrive.
Totally.
And so it's just it sounds like an overwhelmingly positive experience.
It really is. And I'm really proud of what we're doing with our foundation, with that program. And I always say there at those events, there's nothing I can't do after my transplant. I'm way healthier. I'm way stronger than I ever was before my transplant.
There you go.
That's a dose of medicine in itself when you're going through this scary transplant process.
Yeah.
When I was diagnosed, through a routine physical in my early 20s, 20 plus years ago, I thought it was a death wish. And then I came to learn that, okay, it's not a death wish, but your quality of life is going to suck.
Yeah.
And now today, to come in and tell somebody, there's nothing you can't do after a transplant. I do Leadville every summer. I ran the New York City Marathon, albeit not very fast, but I did it.
Still though.
And, I challenge myself every day, and I'm way healthier and stronger. And someone that's just undergone a transplant or facing that is like, wait, what?
It's huge.
You won your medal after a transplant?
It's
huge for them.
Well, and we know even as athletes how powerful the mind is. So that psychology is massive.
It's huge.
Especially when you're scared and you're wondering, or you just think that even if it does work out, I won't be able to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So it's just absolutely huge. But we've got a great video. And us talk show hosts, we love to toss to the clip. So we're going to toss to a clip with a little bit more on the Ambassador Tour.
The Chris Klug Foundation is dedicated to eliminating the wait for those on the transplant list by increasing awareness and sharing the facts about donation. Our mission is to inspire and educate young adults to increase registration for organ and tissue donation. We also aim to improve the lives of organ transplant candidates and their families by promoting life-saving donation, expanding awareness, and increasing the registration of donors on the state and national registries. We strive to inspire the gift of life by sharing stories from those given a second chance. This is where the Patient Ambassador visits and the Patient Ambassador Panel Tour began. The Chris Klug Foundation Ambassador Visits and Panel Tour, presented by Astellas, helps to inspire those going through the transplant process that anything is possible after receiving the gift of life. Your hospital, transplant center, dialysis center, OPO, or support group can host a visit or panel tour. Through our Patient Ambassador Visits, Chris Klug and/or a transplant recipient who would resonate with your patients would visit one-on-one with them and their families and/or caregivers. From the Ambassador Visits, we grew to our Patient Ambassador Panel Tour. We coordinate with your staff to produce a panel discussion consisting of 2 or 3 inspiring recipients or donors, and a transplant doctor, medical advisor, or coordinator from your team, and Chris Klug as the moderator. Our goal is to share the stories from all sides of the transplant community to encourage a positive conversation that'll help to improve their quality of life post-transplant, giving hope to those going through such a life-changing experience.
That's such a great video. Just showing you in the hospitals with these kids. You can just tell, and like with the young kids, they're like, they're psyched. They're pretty happy and pretty inspired.
It's inspiring for me. It's really fun to do and very powerful. We had a conversation just real quickly in Utah, University of Utah, with a gentleman, Dr. Terry Box, and he went to Baylor University, studied medicine there, became a transplant surgeon, and a few years later needed a life-saving liver transplant.
Oh, jeez.
And you talk about a guy with a perspective. This guy is one of the best speakers I've ever heard. I was so honored just to moderate the conversation. But he talks about, his perspective as a transplant surgeon and a transplant recipient.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was so powerful, and you could just see everybody in the room just, we're really moved by it. It was a really powerful conversation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't get much more intense, frankly, than life and death. And when you're talking about not only life and death, but then what happens when you go on? What can you aspire to? And that's really where the inspiration is. Like, you guys are going to get through this, and you're going to still, follow your dreams and be able to do that. Now, speaking of following dreams, you've got your major fundraiser coming up.
Well, it's not just a fundraiser; it's a celebration of life.
And it's celebration of life, awareness raiser.
For sure.
I like the expression friend raiser. Have
Yes.
you heard that? Friend raiser.
We'll take
awareness
that too.
raiser, fundraiser, amazing nighttime uphill race. The race in and of itself, going up Aspen Mountain, is incredible. So can you give us a little overview of this year's now 13th annual?
It's our 13th annual.
Summit
exactly.
for Life.
Thanks for remembering that.
Lucky 13, we'll call it.
Exactly. We're less than 2 weeks out. We do a neat dinner at Shlomo's on Friday the 7th, which is the Wine and Dine for Lives.
Okay.
So we kick it off with that. And then the weekend is centered around our nighttime uphill snowshoe race from Little Nell to the Sun Deck.
Nice.
2.5 miles, 3267 vertical feet.
Whew. You know it, right? Do you know what the inches are, too?
I don't know the inches.
3267, and it's 4 inches.
Come on, you're
depending on where they spray the finish line.
We're putting the finish line as far as we can.
Yeah.
So.
All the way up by the gondola terminal. So that's amazing.
But Lauren Pierce, our executive director of Chris Klug Foundation, informed me, just before our show today, that we have almost 300 people registered. And as you know,
amazing.
Having been in events your whole life,
yes,
to have 300 people registered for an event 2 weeks out is remarkable. It must have been our Giving Tuesday or our Cyber Monday activation. I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah.
But
well, the word of mouth, of course.
Totally.
It just goes out every single year, and that word of mouth is hugely powerful.
And we've sold it out the last 5 years, so I think people are sort of getting out in front of it, and hopefully inspired to do some fundraising. It's a $50 registration fee. And then we ask people to go out there and raise a minimum of $100.
Right.
And many do much more than that. And so this is, for me, it's really important that it is an awareness event. It's a celebration of second chances. We'll have about 25 donor family members, transplant recipients, transplant support family members there celebrating life and second chances.
Wow.
But it's also a critical fundraiser for Chris Klug Foundation to continue our work, like the Ambassador Tour, like our Donor Dudes campus awareness events, like our game night events, our Toolkit for Teachers, which is a free curriculum that teaches organ donation awareness, how to know the facts and share your decision on high school and junior high campuses all across the country. So this is a major fundraiser for us that enables us to go out and do what we do and try to really eliminate the wait for 115,000 people waiting today.
Well, there's nothing better. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, we've got a video worth thousands.
A million words.
Well, it's worth 1 million words at least. But last year's 12th annual 2017 Summit for Life, let's check it out, and we'll go to the clip right now.
I'm honored to take part in events like Summit for Life. The energy here is incredible. I mean, there's going to be hundreds of people that are going to be raising awareness of organ donation and in a fun, inspiring way to show that we're celebrating life.
Organ donation has given me the opportunity to meet my beautiful, lovely wife and to enjoy these past 10.5 years with her.
I received a kidney 35 years ago from my brother Jerry. Organ donation has given me a second chance on life, and I've tried to make the most of the second chance that I've had.
I've just been really involved in trying to get the word out to get more people to be organ donors.
This is the greatest fundraising event in forever, and we've been to so many. But every time it makes me tear up and think of what a wonderful world it is. And it puts my perspective back to where it belongs.
Organ donation has given me a second chance. It's given me the ability to live the past 15 years. I gave my parents their daughter back.
It's our 12th year doing this, and I'll tell you, there's so many worthwhile charities in our valley and this community, and it just means so much that people come out here and they give their time, they give their money, and I'm humbled every single year. All the friends out here that are supporting this cause and helping us continue the mission.
Giving back is really taking some of the challenges as well as some of the great things that we go through and being able to use them as a platform to reach a larger audience.
It's an incredible thing to think that we can save someone's life and that our life can continue. You know, our heart can continue to beat long after we're gone. And I think it's such a powerful opportunity that someone has to leave such an incredible legacy.
It is so much fun, and the party at the top at the Sun Deck is unbelievable, just packed with about 500 people. Can you tell us a little bit more about the party after the uphill?
Yeah, it's, you know, as I say, it's a real celebration of life, and we'll have 500 people up there. We've got John Truselli Band that's back. They were stars in the Fourth Quarter, which was an organ donation film.
Okay.
That they did all the music for. And they
nice.
Come over from Breckenridge, thanks to our friend Steve Wilkinson, whose son Morgan had a kidney transplant and has been one of our biggest supporters from day one. He's the UPS driver over in Frisco and Breckenridge. And he goes by all the businesses and say, hey, I'm doing Summit for Life this weekend. And he's typically one of our top fundraisers every single year.
Incredible.
But he's good friends with John Truselli, and they come over and say, hey, just help us out with a hotel room. We'd love to come support you and provide the music.
So cool.
They'll be back. We have tons of beer at the top and some good wine, dessert by Paradise Bakery.
Suerte?
We've got Suerte Tequila's on Friday night, a Suerte tasting.
Okay.
Along with Monticello Vineyard is providing the wine at Shlomo's for the Wine and Dine Friday night.
Okay.
We've got a killer raffle on Saturday night on top of the mountain at the Sun Deck. So everybody sort of leaves as a winner. And we've got Lucas from Socialite that does the boomerang photographs.
So
and
fun.
The great live photos. So it's really a fun party. We'll have great music, tons of food. Our partners, Little Nell and, of course, Aspen Skiing Company, provide a great pasta dinner, and no one will leave hungry.
And in terms of getting involved in any of these great Summit for Life events, is it summitforlife.org?
Yeah, summitforlife.org or .com, whichever is easiest. You can register there for the Summit for Life Uphill, which is a $50 registration fee and then a minimum of $100 fundraising commitment. Wine and Dine is Friday night. That's a $250 dinner. And that's a really nice wine paired dinner Friday night. You can support any of your friends or family or coworkers that are doing the race on Saturday night. Or snowed in. If you can't make it, you can still make a donation and support the event and our foundation.
Incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're down to just a couple of minutes. I do want to touch on the local real estate market. You've been a professional for many years now. Mm-hmm. Can you just give us kind of an update on the local market?
Well, the neat thing, I'm glad you mentioned real estate, but I've been really fortunate. I love my business. Obviously love representing this community and Aspen Snowmass and the Roaring Fork Valley, but my success in real estate has really enabled me to volunteer my time and be a big part of this foundation. So super grateful for that and love it. It's it's a really fun business in this town. As you know, we get to work with some amazing people, and so often, just like you with Sundog and your guiding, I go home and tell my wife, Missy, I'm like, you wouldn't believe who was in my car today. I meet some really cool people, and we deal with a few tough customers, but for the most part, really cool people, and really enjoy what I'm doing. But been a great year for me. I've stayed really busy, and numbers are a little off this year overall in Aspen. Okay. But I think we're going to have a really solid winter, especially with good snow and a great winter ahead.
Well, and we have great cookies hopefully ahead.
Wow.
You'll let me know.
Are you trying to slow me down at Summit for Life?
Exactly.
Is this on my Leadville diet?
This is called the Cookie Handicap. So I have a chance, and we're all going to dice it out for Summit for Life. All compostable now. Packaging.
Fantastic.
A little bit of reusable bamboo.
Wow.
And a couple other goodies in there, and of course the organic chocolate chip cookies I bake for you.
My kids are
thank you for being here today.
My kids are the straw Nazis. They won't let any single-use plastic.
Oh,
not
awesome.
only when we go out to eat.
There's hope.
If a waiter or waitress brings a straw, I pity them, because my kids are just going to verbally abuse them the entire meal.
Did you have fun on the show today?
Very much, yeah.
Thanks for being
Thanks,
here, buddy.
Sir. Great to see you. Happy winter time to you.
Happy winter to you. Yeah. Thanks to our guest of the week, Chris Klug, and thank you guys for watching The Local Show. Aspen Public House is a modern gastro pub located in the historic Wheeler Opera House building in the heart of downtown Aspen, serving breakfast, lunch, après-ski, dinner, and late night 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to late.
Aspen Animal Hospital's partnership with Wellhaven offers our community a very friendly and professional staff featuring 5 veterinarians, a new care companion plan, wellness plans to cover your preventative care needs for the entire year, and now introducing new feline-friendly Thursdays. They also offer exotic pet care and acupuncture. For more information, call 970-925-2611 or visit aspenanimalhospital.com.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Aspen Times, telling the stories that matter since 1881, is committed to local prep sports, arts, and entertainment coverage. They also offer the Drop-In, weekly recreational videos highlighting why we love to live in this community. The Aspen Times at local newsstands, aspentimes.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey, did you miss the turn for recycling?
I can't read the map on your cracked screen.
Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience one-of-a-kind guided adventures and gain new skills to experience the thrills of snowshoeing, fat biking, canoeing, mountain and road biking. They can be reached at 970-925-1069. Fresh updates at Sundog Athletics on Facebook or sundogathletics.com.
Welcome to